Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media, bearing none, the most popular, serious spiritual UFO talk show on planet Earth. I am the CmdrAleon. Good evening, and welcome to Tuesday night's edition of Encounters. Tonight, we have no idea what's going to happen. We never do, but that's what makes this show interesting. It's very spontaneous. We're very spontaneous, and we never have a dull moment on Encounters. Vanessa, good to see you. Hey, April, good to see everybody coming in here. Livia, Lily, everyone out there around the world. Lupita, Susan Mary, good to see you. Blessings to you, Susan, always. Thank you for the heart. We appreciate that so much. Danny, thank you for sharing the live. Oh, the new people coming in here that have heard about this show. We've been on now, we'll be here for going on, this will be our, actually 2 years now. 2 years. And we're going to show you some video footage tonight. We're going to show you a helicopter chasing what is quote unquote a drone, right? a helicopter chasing a drone. I mean, this thing, now I was watching hearings in Washington today. They had people from New Jersey speaking before a congressional committee, and from what I gather of it today, it was broadcast live on TikTok. So on my breaks, I was looking at this live hearing, and the FBI stated that they had no idea what these things are. Essentially, nobody knows what these things are. So they don't know what they are, but they're calling them drones. So why are you calling something a drone if you don't know what it is, right? Why would you call something a drone if you don't know what it is? Hey, there's Jason. And, hey, Jason. And we're going to follow Jason. And, Jason, we wanted to have you on the show as a guest. I think we were not able to do it. But tonight, Jason, if this is the same Jason, we're going to get you on tonight, and you're going to be our first guest. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of footage. There was really good footage, and it was taken down somewhere. It showed in New Jersey somebody recording a bluish type orb that was in front of a sign somewhere on a highway, and this thing was moving around. Now, there are other people that are videotaping things, and there was one person that had a videotape of, he said, these things on his camera, security cam, coming down close to lower part of the sky, and they said these were not drones. They looked like something out of this world. There are like 3 of them. So what I am actually been stating, that I think these are spaceships that are cloning themselves or cloaking themselves to shapeshift to look like slightly a conventional aircraft, but they're not. And the fact that they can actually get away very quickly from an Air Force jet or a helicopter, yeah. You know, even a fighter jet, it was to chase them. These things can disappear in 2 seconds. Tell me a drone can do that. Tell me in Congress or the Senate, or tell me in the state of New Jersey, the mayor. Nobody knows. The governor doesn't even know what these things are. Nobody knows what they are, but we do. We know what they are. Even if going to Congress and then being for a subcommittee that's trying to divert the attention. It was so funny. I was watching the congressional hearings this afternoon, and it was a joke. Some of these congressional people were saying, oh, what about these drones and the cartels in South America? They were like going away from the drone situation in New Jersey, which they can't identify, and they're trying to divert people's attention to something that is unrelated to what's going on in the skies above over a number of states and around the world. You see, they were trying to get away from the subject a little bit. But you can't get away from the subject because the people are waking up. You see, the people are waking up. Yes, people that had no interest in any of this are now being exposed to something they don't understand. Good thing there are people like me that know what's going on, and even some others out there around the world. You know, we're going to tell you the truth. And the truth is, they're trying to cover it up They know what it is. And we know what's going to happen. There's no invasion of planet Earth. So throw the movies out the window. If there was an invasion of our planet, there would be the War of the Worlds invasion, and it's not happening. So let's not make excuses and be afraid and say to ourselves, oh, they're coming, they're monitoring us right now, preparing how they're going to attack our major cities. Not happening. Get that out of your head. You've been watching too many negative ET movies over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Forget about it. Forget about it. The commander is going to tell you the way it is, because I see through all the garbage. You see, I know because I'm telepathic and I communicate with my space family on a spaceship. I don't channel anything. I don't make up stories. I have communications. I get downloads, And we don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to stock up on anything. We're getting ready to have, like I said before, you're going to eventually understand this to be true. In 2026, I've never wavered from that year. That's going to be the beginning of direct contact. I've never, ever wavered in anything I've stated on this show. When I start speaking, and then, I'm not just interviewing people, I have a lot of information. I know a lot of things. And I'm amped up tonight. I've been watching a lot of stuff, seeing a lot of video footage, and a lot of these, there's some things that are conventional aircraft, there's some, now, and the weird part is, one video I saw of a helicopter that was real low in a neighborhood. This is a huge helicopter. Now, what is a huge helicopter in a neighborhood going really low level? Where's it landing in a neighborhood? That was pretty weird. But it was a helicopter. It was probably a military helicopter. So what's going on here? And why are there helicopters with searchlights searching some areas of the land areas for something, like they're searching for something? Nah, nothing. No, it's not China. It's not Russia. It's not even our own government. That'll be the diversion. If you believe it's China, Russia, our own government, France, England, or somebody, it's not. There's nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing whatsoever. I'm just going to tell it the way it is. I've read a lot of commentary. I've seen people with their recordings on here. I've read some of the, comments people. They're all various types of belief systems and people think they know what it is. But the truth is, what it is something that is out of this world. And if no one's going to say it on this show, I'm going to tell you that a majority, not all of it, a majority of what's happening is out of this world, meaning it is non-terrestrial. They are very advanced. They can cloak into a different formation to look a certain way, but that is just the outer shell of what it is. The inner shell of what it is these are extraterrestrial objects. Now, some of them are unmanned, and they're being sent from a mothership to monitor and sense how people are reacting to them. So I think the human reaction is what they're looking at. They're looking how we're going to respond the day contact happens. Let's get right down to it. Let's not mish it up here. Let's not, put a little bit of apple juice in here, a little orange juice in here, a little bit of milk, and mess it up and mix it all up and say, well, we don't know what's happening. We know what's happening. We definitely know what's happening. I'm going to do my commentary tonight, and this is for entertainment purposes only. So here's my commentary, brothers and sisters. Get ready for contact. These are not drones. They keep using the word drones. They are not drones. There might be a few that the New Jersey State Police are sending up, but their drones are not even that big compared to these objects. And they're trying to tell us these things are slightly bigger than the biggest drone that we have. They're lying to you. Do you really believe that these drones, or what they call drones, are basically just a little bit bigger than the Earth-sized drones that we have, that we make for commercial use, or for military use, or for police use? That's an absolute lie. When they tell people in Congress, oh, the drones are only we've monitored the drones, they're not that big. Those drones are not that big. Well, I'm live here. This is where it's at. I'm not recording my theories, my opinions, and putting it on TikTok. This is the most popular UFO talk show on planet Earth on social media, and the commander's going to say it the way it is. So tonight we're going to get into it. And if anyone thinks it's anything other than non-terrestrial, you're being duped. And if you hear stories, oh, it's just our government, they're getting ready to do something. Conspiracy theory, throw it out the window. Oh, it's China. They're sending more things over here. Nope. Conspiracy theory, throw it out the window. Oh, it's Russia. They're getting ready to monitor our social systems. Throw it out the window. I'm going to throw a lot of things out the window tonight that might be brought up here. Okay? And it's not Amazon has drones going all over New Jersey and New York, dropping big packages in front of people's homes. Man, I'm telling you, I am so amped up tonight, you're going to hear the truth. Yep. I do speak. Besides interviewing people, I'll be doing interviews tonight. I'll be showing some videos tonight, but I'm going to speak the truth. And if you're not here to hear it, then you're just not going to hear it. You can go all over TikTok land and watch people bouncing balls or selling watches or whatever you want to do. Or you can come here and watch a real talk show. Okay? So let's get into it. How many people here believe the garbage that's being perpetuated, that these things most of them are drones that are just out there and that's some top secret government thing that some government's doing? Do you believe that? Do you really believe that? In the heart of hearts, do you believe that? Come on, get real. Wake up. Whatever they're telling you on the national news, on ABC, CBS, NBC, BBC, doesn't matter. CNN, wake up. Wake up, folks. You're being duped. Okay? It's not the truth. The truth is, many of them are unmanned craft that are coming from probably a large cloaked spaceship in various parts of the world. They're sending these unmanned craft down that are pretty big. And they're monitoring the way the human consciousness is. I believe they're monitoring to see how we're going to react before contact happens. I believe that is what's going on. That's the deal. Now, a lot of people, some people are freaking out. Some people are like really interested and want to know. People in different places, neighborhoods, the suburban neighborhoods, cities, Brooklyn, New York, wherever you are, these things are showing up now. And the reason why they're showing up in populated areas, think about it. If you were a civilization or civilizations or a galactic grouping of peaceful people that wanted to make contact with this planet, would you show up in a place where there's just woods and nobody living there? Or would you show up in most populated areas around the world? Be it in Moscow, be it in England, be it New York, LA, wherever it is. Wouldn't you want to show up where there is a large population of humans? Where would you want to show up? Doesn't it make sense that it's not a bunch of government sending drones over here from China, taking a look at how we're doing at Club 75 in downtown New York? No, it's not happening. They're not trying to figure out who has the best cookies. They're not trying to find out how many Christmas trees people were buying in the United States for Christmas. No, not happening. You know what's happening? The reason why these things are going over city areas and populated suburban areas is for one major reason: to see how we as human beings, as a society of people, will react when they start making contact with us. They're doing it the right way. They're not just coming in and saying, here we are with a big spaceship. They're doing it subtly. This is pretty subtle. I mean, it's subtle and not subtle. They're showing up and people are waking up. Just the fact that they're showing up, for people that have never understood any of this stuff, there are people now talking about this. We're talking about Christmas presents, but now we're talking about what's in the skies above us instead of did you get that big TV set for Christmas for him? Did you get that new car that was $40,000 for her? Did you get you in the Bahamas? No, people aren't talking about that. That's superficial garbage. People are talking about this. The fact that it made the national news and they're still talking about it on ABC and these other networks with these things going on, it means that something is happening. Something is getting ready to happen. Now, the contact is not getting ready to happen, but something is getting ready to happen. Okay? No, there's not going to be a full-on war. This is another part of the garbage that has been, the fear-based garbage that's being perpetuated. Too many of these sci-fi movies, War of the Worlds, I can name all the movies I grew up watching. Throw all that stuff out of your window of consciousness. Let's get down to it. Now, let's not promote, the space people are coming and they're going to invade our planet. They're going to come into our house and take our Christmas trees and all the presidents I wanted are going to be gone because they're going to take them back to their planet. Let's get real, because I'm going to get real tonight. The real deal. Okay, the commander is now speaking. Okay, and if you're here, you're going to hear it. When I'm amped up like this, you want to hear it, because I'm now speaking from an Ashtar commander ship. I'm speaking as a talk show host, but I'm also connected with the Ashtar Command. I'm connected with the space people. All right? I'm right here, right in front of you, right here, right now. There are many of us here. There are people here that are born in human form that are from space. They're from other planets. They live amongst you. There are people that came off the ships 50, 70 years ago that quietly came here on Earth. They're living in every part of our society. They've been monitoring how humans react. They're living amongst you. They're living amongst you. You know, the government, these hearings are garbage because they're not telling you the truth. They know what's going on. Now, you know, then they have these hearings today. They have to go behind closed doors to tell them more information. They have to go behind closed doors to tell you the information. Really? Why have a public hearing on TV, on any of the cable channels, and then say, well, you know, we don't know what they are, but I got some information. Maybe we can go, you know, talk to you behind closed doors of what we really understand to be true. All right? And let me tell you something. These craft are not here to attack our planet. And this is for entertainment purposes only. They're not here to attack our planet. Have you seen one of these things come into somebody's home or land in somebody's backyard and people get out of it and say, we want your home. We need your house. We're taking over your neighborhood from outer space. Let's get real, people. It's not happening. There are people that love fear-based stuff and drama. Do you like fear-based stuff and drama? Are you one of those people that want to have a lot of drama? You want to see a lot of, you know, hoopla? You want to see like a War of the Worlds kind of thing on planet Earth? Is that what you want? Is that what you really want? Let's get rid of it. Let's get with it, I mean. Yeah, it's fear-mongering. And there are a lot of people out there on social media that love to fear-monger other people. They live for it. This is because they're afraid. They've been afraid all their life of everything. So now they're going to bring the fear to you, and now they're going to be fear-mongering. So let's fear-monger on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, Facebook. You know, let's fear-monger, because the space people aren't fear-mongering us. We're fear-mongering ourselves. Look in the mirror and see how much fear-mongering you're doing. Really. Not that everybody here is doing that, but there are people. There's 8 billion people on this planet. And half of that population, or a percentage of it, is fear-mongering on social media. They're fear-mongering on the news media. They're trying to make you, on the national news, on ABC, whatever, we don't know what these things are. You better stock up on Campbell's soup. You better stock up on a lot of things here. You better stock up on chicken pot pies. Oh, better yet, you better get some dried rice. Make sure you're stocked up on juice in your pantry, because we're going to be attacked by space people, and they're going to eat us up. Yeah, they're going to eat you up, right? They're going to get you. You know? Come on now. You know, where I come from, everything is peaceful. Every planet is peaceful. They live in harmony in the universe. On this planet, human beings, man, you got a trip going here. You know, you watch too many movies that are fear horror movies, you know, and then you think that's the way the real world is when space contact happens. And my cat's agreeing with me. She's saying Mao. So, you know, when you have this happening, you're thinking, oh, what's going to go on here? Man, am I amped up tonight. I am fired up so much with all this garbage going on here. But the truth is, the best thing is happening. I hope tons of these unmanned objects appear all over the planet. I hope, you know, right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I'm not supposed to do it. All right? And I did it a long time ago when we're helping get implants out of people and keeping the negative ETs away. I'm not going to do it. I could do it, but I'm not. I can't do it under protocol. I won't do it. There's something I can do that would basically make it very apparent what's going on. So I have to honor what my mission is here. But soon enough, you will know what it is. Soon enough, you're going to see, as we get closer to 2026, you're going to see exactly what it is. And it's more than one thing. You're going to see things that are going to be happening that will blow your mind. You're going to see spaceships uncloaked around our planet that you've never seen before. Okay? I'll give you that much of a hint. Okay? They are going to appear. There's nothing to be afraid of when it does happen, but it's going to happen. And if people ask me all the time, when is it going to happen? Why is it happening? Why is it not happening? The reason why it's happening is because it's time for this planet in this solar system to finally go through the changes that are necessary to live in harmony and peace in this universe. It's time for us to stop destroying this planet, stop polluting this world, stop creating wars, stop living in hunger. It's time for change to occur. And it's going to happen. Do you understand? Now I'm speaking in my space consciousness to you. I'm speaking as an Ashtar commander to you, not just a talk show host, but my Ashtar commandership. Everything I say is very direct. I don't mince my words. I'm not like, what should I say to you? What do I believe? I don't do that. You won't see me do that. As you hear me speak, you know that I'm speaking the words of truth. I'm not faltering on a mountain. I don't fall off the rope. I can climb the mountain. I get to the top of the mountain and I can see very clearly. Do you understand? I can see very clearly. I see all the garbage on the media. I see all the lies of these people speaking before Congress, asking questions about these drones. They all know what's going on. They're all lying, as they always do on this planet. They lie. They lie to everybody, to you, to all of you. So I'm very serious about what I'm saying. It's time. And it's only going to increase. You think every week has been even crazier? Every week into the new year is going to be crazy. Every week. Every day, every night, every moment, everything's going to be happening. Bex, the reason why they won't do that, because it's a divine plan, and I'll speak on that. A divine plan is in divine timing. Unlike on Earth, we look at the time and say, well, now it's 5 o'clock for dinner. Why isn't my friends here? It's all divine timing. It is. People always ask me, I'm happy to answer that question. We have no control of the timing, but they know when they're supposed to be here. Our Earth is billions of years old, and this is the time for this to happen. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Oh, you're welcome, Bex. It's really, everybody, it's going to be really beautiful. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to anything or anyone telling you, we better hide, neighbor. We better go in our basement. You remember War of the Worlds, the second one, where I think it was, who's the actor? They have these ETs coming that are from some other planet, and they're blowing up everything. And War of the Worlds, the second one. And they meet this guy who's in a farmhouse, and he goes crazy. And Tom Cruise, thank you. It's not going to be like that. It won't be like that. If you take that kind of movie as an example, there are people that might be that kind of crazy, freaky kind of thing, but it's not going to happen. Okay? It's going to be all positive. The beings that are coming are human like us. Some of them look a little bit less in their facial features like us, but when they come, they're here to reunite us with intergalactic worlds of peace. You see, that's what's happening. I didn't know I was going to talk about this tonight, but I need to talk about this because things are getting pretty intense out there, and you need to know the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, they're not like us in a conscious state. They're like us in a physical state. Consciously, they're more spiritually in tune. They're very peaceful. They live in a oneness with the Creator. Whereas on Earth, we live separately from everything, and we separate each other. We separate everything around us. We basically have messed up our planet. Let's face it. Not you personally, but we have 8 billion people, and a good portion of our population has messed up our planet. Throughout history. It's not just this current time. For billions of years, things have happened on and off that have been either good or bad. We messed it up. But now, the vibrational patterns of the Earth and in our solar system are so high that we're ready for contact. We're ready to have that interaction. Whether you individually feel ready, you have to work on that. But we are definitely ready as a society to have contact. No more garbage with, governments running the world the way they're doing it. No more garbage with religions tearing people apart. No politics anymore. Just oneness, just us coming together, living in harmony with the universe, as we were supposed to do, but we have not been doing. Okay? Yeah. So these so-called drones are not drones at all. These so-called drones are actually, I think many of them, some of them might have a space person in it, but I think many of them are unmanned craft that are monitoring around the world, Air Force bases all over the world. They're checking out what we're going to do, how we're going to react to them. I really do now believe this. It took me a while when this thing started happening. I had to go through deep meditation, look at a lot of videos, study these things, and I've come to that conclusion. Yeah, this like scout ships. At Wizard, you're absolutely correct. Like scout ships. They're scouting to see how we as human people will react to them when they come. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, Pamela. They're desensitizing us. Absolutely correct. Yeah. That's very much so. And I'm going to be taking, I'm going to get Jason on here. Where's Jason? I hope we didn't lose him again. And if you have any questions about this and what's going on, I'm happy to answer your questions. You've got to be over 18. There's not going to be an alien invasion. That is the thing, Jesus, that is in misinformation. There's no alien invasion. No alien invasion. They are scouting our planet to see how we are going to react, whether we're going to be the ones that are peaceful or we are the ones that are going to be violent. If anyone's going to be violent, it's going to be us, not them. We have the most violent planet in the universe. So they're not invading anything. You got it? There you go. And so here's the thing I want to say. If you wish to ask me questions on this, we're happy to have you on here. You got to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking on the show. No drugs. No drunks. No drinking or whatever. No paranormal discussion. No politics. No religion. And no cursing. And I'm happy if you have enough followers, you can come up, and I'm happy to have you on here. We'll definitely answer your questions. I have a lot of knowledge, and I can definitely answer your questions. I'm not afraid to answer your questions. Well, I'm actually, as you can see, I'm pretty bold. You know what I mean? So let's get it going here. And I got my commentary here, and this is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. So Wizard, you need to really do meditation. This is the one thing before contact happens, the real contact in 2026. Everybody who doesn't do meditation needs to learn how to sit down in a peaceful spot and listen to some higher vibrational ambient music and learn how to meditate, because going within is more important. We think so much here, but we never go in here in the inner part of our spiritual beingness. So that's going to be really important. C5 is a good thing. Yes, JD. Okay, I can bring you up. Let me see. Can you bring, I think it's Shari Yo. Yeah, Shari Yo, we'll bring you up. Let me see here. And I think you're on our queue. You'll be our first guest. Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show.
Hello?
Good evening. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? I'm really good. I'm actually in New Jersey, so all the news.
Oh, great.
Yeah, all the news and has been very intriguing to me. I've been obsessed with this topic for years. So what do you think's gonna happen? How do you think they're gonna show themselves to us? Because we have all these sightings, but we never see it for real.
Right. Well, here's what I've come to the conclusion. And for people that don't know me, I'm also connected with the Ashtar Command. I have a downloaded consciousness off planet that is, as much as I'm human, I can switch my consciousness, which I do. Right now, I'm working in both the talk show mode and also my Ashtar consciousness. So when you ask me that question, I can tell you straight out. These are scout craft. They're cloaked in looking like, they don't look complete when you get a close up from them. Their lights are pretty weird, and they're cloaking to look like a replication of things we are used to. So that's what you'd want to do. If you were a space society, you wouldn't want to show your spaceship coming down. You'd want to show something that's similar to a consciousness of a human being. Oh, that's just a drone. Oh, that's not and something. But now that these things are really happening, not just in New Jersey, they're happening all over the world. There are orbs that are appearing over Air Force bases, at the Royal Air Force bases in England. In the United States, Air Force bases with nuclear plants, power weapons have been monitored. They're monitoring us. They're seeing how we're going to react. And when people talk about, oh, get ready for some invasion, I want to set people straight. The only people that are violent in the universe is this planet here. We're the most violent planet in the whole universe. So let's get that straight, number one. Number two, the people that are coming here, they're coming here for peaceful purposes. They're coming here to help us. A lot of people don't know that. I do, because I'm connected telepathically with my space father on a ship, and they're watching my show here on their ship. I've been on the ship consciously through astral projection. I store a big room where they have monitoring systems, and they watch this show when I'm live. They are watching this show from a spaceship way, way up in space out of our atmosphere right now. So these are things that are happening on my show. And so to
Yeah.
answer your question, I think that what people are seeing, people saying, I had some people on my show from New Jersey the last few nights, they're seeing 10, 15, 20 of these things that are up in the sky. Now that is, it's highly unusual, number one. First, when this started happening, I didn't know what it was until I started really focusing on everybody's videos. Then I started getting information. So to answer your question very directly, not all of them, but I think most of them are unmanned extraterrestrial craft that are being scout ships that are coming here to see how we're going to react.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them. I'm actually really excited, and I don't think the public is scared of them either. And I think that like the government has known about this for a very long time, and I don't know, they just think we're gonna panic. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I'm wondering like if it's real, if it's actually UFOs, or if the government just wants us to be scared and think it's UFOs.
the government. Well, no, UFOs would be all right because unidentified flying objects would be better than to use the word drone.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the people in government are freaking out. I'm sure the Pentagon's freaking out and have their scouts on social media trying to listen to shows like this to see where we're going. And where we're going is being a very number one show on the subject. We finally made a decision to go out and say, hey, look, these things are not ours. They're not Russia. They're not China. That's a diversion. That's a lie. And if you listen to these people at these hearings in Congress, they're going to tell you in these committees, oh, maybe it's the drug cartels in Mexico. Right. It's a drug cartel sending drones over New Jersey and New York City. Right. Really.
No, yeah, it
So,
can't be. It can't be.
right. It just isn't possibly true. So the truth is, what I finally decided to say is that 2/3 of what people are seeing is definitely scout ships. I believe they're cloaked and they're replicating our look. They know what our aircrafts look like. They're replicating them to make people think they are like that. But they're here to monitor how we are going to respond. And the thing is, it's going to be the government and the news media that are going to try and make the societies around the world afraid of this. I don't care if it's the BBC or ABC or CNN. They project the fear-based images. That's the first thing these networks are going to do. They're not going to tell you, oh, watch out, they're coming here to help you. The news media. You think the news media is gonna tell you the truth and say, oh, these drones are getting ahead. You better hide in your closet because these things are dangerous. That's the way the news media. The news media likes fear-based stuff. They like sensationalism. They don't like to tell the public the truth. But I think the public is a lot smarter. I think like you, a lot smarter than these people in Congress and the news media that are covering this.
Yeah, so you can channel kind of like Bashar, right?
No, I don't channel anything. I'm a telepathic communicator. I don't
Oh
channel at
wow.
all. You know what telepathy is? When you communicate mind-to-mind communications. I don't channel. I get my message from off planet from my father, and I get information directly.
Oh wow. So what do you think these beings are here to like tell us? Um
They're basically getting us ready for contact. Contact, when it happens, they want to make desensitize people on our planet so that they're not afraid of what's happening. Because between now and 2026, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of fear-based videos. There'll be, TikTok creators that are going to do that. YouTube creators are going to do that. Facebook people, you name it, Instagram, I don't care what it is, cable news channels, cable TV networks with documentaries that are going to show it fear-based. And we have to combat that whole situation because it's just, I think what they want to do, from the space part of it, is they want to get people to calm down. They want people to just relax and understand that the space people that are coming here from different societies are coming here to show us a peaceful way to live, to show us that we don't have to live with polluted waters and seas, and we don't have to start having wars with each other and hate each other and kill each other. It's not the way it was supposed to be. We're supposed to live in harmony with each other. And it's not, and we're getting rid of ego on this planet. The biggest ego is these people in power. The people that run countries, they have the biggest egos of anything I've ever seen on this planet. Their egos run rampant, and their egos create war, create hate, create all of the things that they have created in our societies. The space people are coming to tell us there's a better way. There's a much better way than we've been living,
I like the idea of that. I think that these beings actually had something to do with our creation. I don't know.
Well, not the creation. We all the beings were created by the same creator that we were created by. They didn't have anything to do with our creation. But this thing is, for the word starseed, I'm a starseed. So I came here I had human parents, they're not here anymore. I'm a starseed. The definition of starseed is that you are from another world. You have a body off planet that's alive and well in stasis. Stasis means it's a living body. It's just basically in a protective state until you come back to that. Your consciousness here goes back to the consciousness in that body. Then you wake up, and your space being, who you are, is in both the physical form and the conscious state. You understand?
Yeah. So what do you think of psychedelics, like DMT, things like that?
I don't think people should use any of that stuff. I think people, if they want to really have the experience, they need to do it naturally. They need to do it by meditation, clearly. They need to have a clear consciousness, and then they'll make contact. You don't need all that stuff to get there. It's a diversion.
So you think these are interdimensional beings, kind of?
They're interdimensional, multidimensional. There's not one compartment. They're everything. They're everywhere. Yeah. They're everyone. They're all over. We've been taught on our planet to separate everything, but it's not separate. Everything is multidimensional, not interdimensional, outer dimensional, multidimensional.
Yeah, I think us as humans are way more powerful than we've been taught. So I think maybe they're here to show us the powers we truly have.
They're here to help us become more conscious of who we truly are. We weren't merely born here to have jobs at Wall Street, work at McDonald's and come home at 10 o'clock at night from the factory. We were here to be something way different than that. Thank you, Bridget. And that's my daughter. Thank you so much. So we're here to be something so much more than that, and we will. And I'm here to tell people the truth. I'm here to bust the matrix, especially now with all the lies about these so-called drones. It's unbelievable. And if people think these drones or these UAPs are going to go away now, they're not going away. They're here to stay. They're here to stay. Get this straight. There's going to be more stuff going on here in 2025 than you've ever seen in your skies in your whole life. Really.
Yeah. I feel recently, just over the past few years, everyone's just gotten this feeling we're almost manifesting it, of all these beings coming. Everyone knows something's about to happen. I don't know. It feels so imminent.
Yeah, it is. And the fact is, the space people feel this way. The people on Earth are ready for this. A good portion of our society on Earth, out of 8 billion people, are ready for contact. I know many of you here, and honestly, if you look at yourself in the mirror, say to yourself, yes, out of 643 people, I would say all of you, in truth, want to see this happen, correct? And if you don't want to see it happen, then I don't know what planet you're living on. You want to have the contact. You've been wanting it. I don't care what decade you were born, what year you were born. It doesn't matter what age you are. Everybody wants to see this happen. The only people who don't want to see it happen are the people in control of power. The Pentagon, the Russian government, the Chinese government, all these people. They want to control the narrative. They don't control it anymore. That's why they're so afraid. They do not control what's going to happen.
Exactly. Do you think these beings have been here throughout our whole existence?
They've been here before our existence. They've been
the pyramids.
They've been here. Our planet is billions of years old. These space people have come and gone here before any of us were alive. They've been coming and going here for billions of years. If you look at how old this planet is, that's how long they've been coming to Earth.
And they had something to do with the pyramids, right? It's too significant.
The pyramids, the Inca, the civilizations, the Aztec, all those pyramids, all those structures, the pyramids all over the world, Easter Island, all these things relate to the ancient galactic history of our planet. There are space people here. Anunnaki, yes, All those things are real. They're not like they don't exist anymore. The Anunnaki exist. The Anunnaki work with the Ashtar Command, which I'm a part of. The Palladians, the
Do you know
Andromedans. There's so
Thoth?
many civilizations. What? Say again?
Do you know Thoth?
No, I don't know Thoth. I
Like
just know.
the Emerald Tablets?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've known a lot of people in my life, and one of them was Dr. Frank Strangers, who I interviewed on my radio show about 15 years ago before he died. He wrote a book called "The Stranger at the Pentagon." He was taken on a ship called Victor One. He met with a man called Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor is real. He had two sisters and a brother. And Valiant Thor was a Venusian, a human just like us, and he was able to walk upon our Earth out of his ship. And they were in Lake Mead where they had their base. They had a Victor 1 spaceship at Lake Mead many years ago. And they had scout ships scouting our planet in the 60s, 70s, 80s, that period of time. But Frank Strangers, who I knew personally, just never met him, we were friends, and he was quite the person. So there's a lot of things like the
Mhm.
Moria, the ancient Atlantean civilizations, the land of Mu. Our planet has so much intergalactic history that our current history is a lie. Basically,
I think
we've been
everything's a
taught
lie. Yeah.
most of it's a lie. We're not taught about the land of Mu or Atlantis in our school. We're not talking about the Lemurians that lived on Earth and had the Lemurian civilization here. Why aren't we talking about that in every generation? When I was a kid in the 60s, why didn't they talk about Lemuria or the land of Mu or Atlantis? Why wouldn't they talk about those things? Because they wanted us to be programmed to believe that this is the society we live in. We all have to graduate from college or whatever, get a job, become a mechanic. You go to become a lawyer, become a teacher, become a garbage person, whatever. This is the way they programmed our society. But it's an illusion. It's not the way we're supposed to live. We weren't supposed to live this way. We weren't supposed to pay taxes. We weren't supposed to have governments controlling us. We're supposed to be intergalactic people, part of an
Yeah.
intergalactic race of many different worlds. But we were lied to, and we're still being lied to. And now that this is happening, these people are freaking out because they don't know what it is. The FBI stated at a hearing today, they have no idea what's going on. They don't know what it is. That was at least an honest statement. The governor of New Jersey does not know what it is. That was
Yeah,
an
I
honest
saw
statement.
that.
The fact is, they're
And
not telling us. And if you keep
it's also
believing the
pretty
narrative that the news media is going to say, well, this is ABC special report, there were some drones over the border of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. They're not drones. These are cloaked spaceship, and I believe they're unmanned. And I
yeah,
believe
literally
they're scouting us to see how we're going to again react when contact happens on this planet. I truly
yeah.
believe that.
I said to my sister, they're not drones. Just get ready.
There
Something's
you go.
gonna
Oops,
happen.
wait a minute, I can turn my volume up. You
I'm
there?
wondering like when they're actually gonna reveal themselves to us instead of
I
just
gotta take my
teasing us for
AirPods off
years.
here because my AirPods went dead. Let me. I might have to charge these guys up here, but go ahead. What were you saying? I had my AirPods just went down on me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm wondering when they're actually gonna like reveal themselves instead of teasing us, or if we're just never gonna actually see like a physical body or being, you know?
They will reveal. They're going to kind of reveal themselves to people that are ready individually. They will visit people. There'll be people out of here, not just in this room, this broadcast, but all over the world. There are people that without TikTok or social media that are having visitations now of space people because they're connected with them. They're making contact. I've had people on my show that I've interviewed that are having physical contact right now. So they're getting ready individually. They're doing it in a very diplomatic way. They're just reaching people that are ready for it. But the full contact with people will be in 2026.
Wow, what do you think that's gonna be like in
I think it's going to be
2026?
great. I think it's going to be the most beautiful experience, for our planet. I think that that's why the Pentagon's been going nuts, and that's why they're having these UFO hearings in Washington. They're trying to get a grip on this thing. They have no control of what's going to happen. They can have all the hearings they want. They can have all the whistleblowers they want. But the fact of the matter is, the space people have the upper hand on this now. The space people are tired of the garbage that has been done in these hearings and over the
Yeah.
70 years of deceit to the public.
And what about in the next like few weeks to months? Do you think anything big's gonna happen?
I think the biggest things that can happen is you're going to see more sightings. There's going to be more revelations of the spaceships from outer space that are coming from other planets. People better have their cameras on their phones totally ready. Have your batteries all 100%, and be ready to spend more time looking at the skies than looking ahead of you. I mean, make sure you're doing it when you're out of your car or your truck or whatever, but spend time at the beach. Spend time at places where you can go and just take a look at the skies all over the world, wherever you are, whatever country you're in, the Netherlands, Scandinavia, wherever you are right now. Get yourself, be the eyes of the skies. Okay, you're the eyes of the skies. You're going to look up, and if you look
Yeah.
up and you focus on that meditation, you say, I want to see some of the peaceful space people in your ships. Something as simple as that.
I
If
literally go to sleep thinking like I want to see you guys in my dreams. Come visit me in my dreams and give me information. But I want to see like a real video for once. Like I'm seeing like obviously legit videos of the drones, but
yeah,
on TikTok, every video someone's camera turns into a potato. So we need as humans like legit
yeah.
like proof because nobody is seeming to even react to any of it. It's like we don't even care.
Well, I think more people care now than before. The
Yeah.
thing that makes people care is what's going on now in the last month over different states, over different countries with these orbs, with these things. That they are showing themselves, and now people are paying attention. They weren't really paying attention. Well, people are, and they weren't the majority of the population. Let's face it, these UAPs that are coming over neighborhoods in Pennsylvania, New York, Brooklyn, New York, and all these places, people who've never thought about this subject are now, what are they doing? They're talking about it. They would never have been talking about it unless these things started happening. People are starting to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, man. I
Um
appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you so much for having me. Hopefully, someone else can ask some more questions.
And what's
And
your first name?
it's Shy. I want to see some aliens soon. I've been dying for this.
Well, there's no aliens, but if you meditate and do the things you need to do, you'll eventually get to be part of what's going to
So
be the most
no,
beautiful
so no
experience.
aliens. So what? You think they're
Well, the
part of Earth?
aliens is a media-based word, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
change the wording around. A non-terrestrial, extraterrestrial space people.
got it. Okay. And
UFOs.
what do you do? What do you think about like them just being from Earth, like from the
Oh yeah, no,
ocean?
they're the inner Earth. They're people from the inner Earth. I've
Yeah,
talked about the Agartha network. If you study that, research the Agartha network, subterranean cities of the inner Earth. Read that. Take your time to read that. There are space people living in our planet. That's a whole nother subject, but yeah, definitely do that.
across the ice wall too.
There's no ice wall.
No ice wall.
The ice wall is a whole farce. There are already civilizations that live in Antarctica that are there. There's no wall blocking anybody, but there are
Yeah,
civilizations that live in that region.
but more lands that they don't tell us about.
Like everything I stated tonight, the history that you're taught is a lie, basically. They leave
Yeah.
out the things about Earth they don't want you to know about. But now we control the narrative. It's going to be way different.
I think everyone's feeling like weird right now in this time. We're just like in weird times. I'm excited to see what happens,
Weird
man.
times, but weird and good. Because it's weird because we're going into a place where we've never been before as a society. We're going into a higher vibrational level. Our vibrations on the planet are changing, going high, high, high. So you're going to feel weird for a while, but believe me, it's going to be okay.
And what about on the moon? What do you think's going on the moon?
On the moon, the moon is an artificial base. It's been
It's
an
a base,
intergalactic
yes.
structure. It's not real. It's an artificial structure. I've talked about this over the last 2 years of my show from time to time. The moon is not a real moon. It's an intergalactic structure, and inside the moon there are many, many different types of people or beings that go there, and it's been covered up by NASA, and NASA never will tell you that truth. But I will tell you that the moon is basically an artificial structure.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it.
NASA, they started in the ocean and then I mean I guess they found stuff they didn't like and then they went to move to space.
No, it's not that. No, they didn't move from the ocean to space. Understand
Uh-huh.
something. There are people living in all different dimensions on other planets. Every single planet in the multiverse has life on it. It's all varied, but there's all intelligent life everywhere. The problem on this planet is we haven't been given the facts about life beyond Earth. We think that the life has to come from here. No, there is life here. There are space cities in our oceans that are space people living in our depths of our oceans, several different space cities. I know this to be a fact. They come from all over the place, not just within the inner Earth. They come from all over the universe.
And there's multiple different like species of being, the Greys, the reptilians, the
Well, yeah, but the
Nordics.
Greys and reptilians are a low vibrational group of beings that are negative. So
And what,
those species we throw out the window because they're the ones who were involved with our government for 70 years, abducting people, children, men and women, and yeah, so they are not part of this whole thing. They are a negative aspect, and they're not going to be in the contacting when it happens in 2026. Matter of fact, you won't even see a reptilian or a Zeta in 2026 even appearing on this planet.
so you think it's like a Nordic, or what
No,
kind?
I don't call them Nordics. I just say there are different types of space spiritual beings that are human. Not all of them. Some of them have a cat face. Those are Lyrans. But there's a lot of beautiful space people that come from a higher frequency of light, and those are the ones that are going to be making contact with our planet. The lower vibrational ETs are being taken off planet. They're being removed from the planet. I've been involved in that project myself quietly, and I can tell you we're making sure they're not going to be here. They will not be here. No matter what anyone feels about the Zeta are not going to be here, and the reptilians are not going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this stuff all day. I think it's
Yeah. Well, let me bring some other people on here.
yeah.
So
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much
your
for having
presence.
me. Have a
All right,
good
man.
night.
All right, you too. All right, take care. Let me see here, and let's see. It's Leona Nathaniel. Okay, let's see. So when I bring people up here, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking. No cursing. No drugs. No drunks. No paranormal discussion. No politics. No religion. And I'm like really amped up tonight here, and I'm going to get to some videos in a little bit too. I'm going to bring up. I think it's Nathan Hale, I believe it is. And if you wish to be part of the discussion, go into the multi-guest option and we'll bring you up. Leon, is it Leon?
Yeah, it's Leon. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Leon? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. How are you tonight?
We are amped up here and just telling some truth about what I've been seeing on the media and watching all these videos and getting some clarity.
Yeah, I've actually been following that for a little bit. Everything that's happening in Jersey and what again, not trying to get into politics or anything, but what the
Yeah.
government has to say about it. And I'm just really not sure. It just seems quite unlike anything else that I've seen as far as UFOs are concerned. And I
It's
just,
different. It's
yeah, I
different.
don't
It's
know if
different.
it's
Go
them
ahead.
trying to give us information to perceive things that are easier to us and that we resonate with, or whether it's something else that has nothing to do with UFOs.
It definitely has to do with extraterrestrial activity. The reason why I can say that, I've
Uh-huh.
seen the helicopters, the Black Hawks, and all that stuff that people are seeing in New Jersey. I have a video I'm going to show in a little bit that shows a helicopter chasing one of these things. It's chasing it. It's going after it.
Uh-huh.
And matter of fact, I think maybe I should show that. I'll show that after we're done interviewing you. I'm going to take a brief moment and show people a video that I have that I just uploaded on my page here, and you'll see the helicopter. Hey, good to see you, brother.
Hey.
You'll see the helicopter chasing. Now, helicopters can only go so fast, but it's following the object in front of it, and it's following it. So there's the UAP, UFO, whatever you want to call it, and it's following it. And these things, I believe, are unmanned scout ships that are actually monitoring what we're doing. Like I said earlier, they're wondering how we as human beings are going to react to them. That's not happening in New Jersey. It's happening over in England. It's happening over in other countries right now as we speak.
Yeah, and I know there's a history of contact coming close to a lot of like epic events during our history. So I'm wondering if that's related to why we're seeing so much currently.
Yeah, and that's a great question. If you look at it, there's been in the past few months a lot of people nervous because there are threats of nuclear war, and this is for entertainment purposes only, that some countries are threatening their nuclear weapons, and I won't mention those countries, but I think they're concerned also for the well-being of this planet. We've done enough destruction, and whenever we use nuclear weapons at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that's when the space people came then, because we were shooting the radiation from the explosion reverberated to other planetary systems beyond Earth. People don't know that, but we do it. The cause and effect of what we do here affects others beyond our planet. And they don't want to see us end up destroying ourselves too. That's another part of it. But they're here to make contact with us on a peaceful level.
Yeah. And I completely, I'm okay with everything that's going on as far as them trying to make contact. I'm familiar with people in my family that are still on that verge of not understanding or not truly believing what this could mean for like the entire humanity. But I really think that I wish I knew more, really. So your background, you stated that you're in contact.
Yes, so I don't channel anything. I don't have a crystal ball. I always like to say I don't have pendulums to get me answers. I don't have candles to blow out. I
Mhm.
actually came here to Earth when, in the late 50s, I came here without knowing that I came here for a mission. I was a kid. I grew up as a kid. I went to high school. I played sports. I liked soccer. Played a little bit of stickball. But I had a normal life. But I had many sightings when I was a kid growing up, and I had contact with space people before I was a teenager that came with a spaceship in the cul-de-sac where I lived in Long Island for a short period of time. And I went upstairs and went up to the window, and they were there in the spaceship wearing light blue outfits, tall men and women just like us, and they were telepathic. They were communicating me through conscious communications, telepathy. So I basically never forgot that, but I always had sightings. I went to college, I did all that stuff, but I always had sightings of things. In Vermont, I had a sighting of an orange spaceship to the north of our campus. We're in a wooded area north of the campus, and we were going to go check it out, but I decided not to. I knew where it was, but it was really low. I thought it was a helicopter, but it was a spaceship. After I really looked at it, I said, "What kind of helicopter is a bright orange?" The whole thing was orange. I said, "No helicopter is bright orange," and the
Yeah.
thing was hovering, and it was in there. There's no airports. There was nothing there, but we didn't go. This woman and myself, we were going to go. She said, "You want to go?" I said, "No, I don't think I'm ready to do that yet." But I've had a lot of experiences, and my space parents are off planet.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've had a lot of things that happened throughout my life. My mom, from a very young age, she would always tell me that her and my siblings, before I was born, had a very up close encounter with a hovering craft that was right in front of them. This is in Lorraine
Wow.
County, Ohio. And then my sister, she claims to have been abducted a couple times, and she has like a fear. I'm not sure what she's seeing, and she can't really tell me. And I do try to talk to her from time to time, but she's saying that she's seeing a lot of, like when she was taken, like she's obviously not the same. She thinks that changed her. And I'm not
Yes.
sure if she's in fear of these things or not, because she doesn't really like to speak on it too much. But she said she sees like a room full of gray beings with red hoods on, and that she's from planet 7305. And I don't know what that
Hmm.
means. I've tried to look
I don't
into
know
it.
either. That's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, it is interesting.
Interesting.
And I wish I knew more. And I told her, I said, I wonder if, because they told her that she was going back to her planet soon, because she had not fulfilled her mission here to get some type of mineral or something like that.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure
Really
what that means.
interesting.
It is really interesting, and I really wish I understood. I really wish I could just sometimes reach into her mind and see exactly what she was seeing to better understand, because I've done so much research to try and figure
Yeah.
out what they're trying to tell her, or what's going to happen in the future. I do feel like there are beings that are here just like you, and that whatever's happening here soon, there will be a lot of people leaving here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There'll be people. There are people that will have the choice. Very well. Good point. There are
Mhm.
people that have been given the choice once the space people contact them, their space family, not their biological mom and dad here,
Mhm.
but people that know that they're from the stars from another planet. Let me explain it this way. I have my brother, my two sisters, and my mother and father on a spaceship watching me on a spaceship right now. Now, for some people trying to comprehend that, try to imagine what that's like. For me, I saw the control panel when I was taken off planet astral traveling, which I did one night. I saw the whole inside of the interior of that area, and it's all based on a monitoring screen,
Uh-huh.
and they are able to see me through the monitoring screen, and they can watch the show through that way.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel, though?
Makes me feel good because I feel now that I remember that I have parents on off planet that not my biological parents have moved on. They're not here anymore. But I now that I know that in my conscious state of being a space being, when I'm going to still be here, I have the choice to go back to my body in stasis, or I have the body to still be here. I'm going to be here for the remainder of my Earth life, and then I will choose at that point whether I'm coming back here or whether I'm going to my space body to travel the universe.
That's amazing. I really think that that's a great feeling. I feel like I've spent a lot of time over the last couple years. I've drastically changed my life to try and find answers, and I've never really found anything for me that was solidifying. Really just trying to find that consciousness that will help me kind of open up and understand more. But I feel like I'm still working on it.
You're doing a good job. Your energy, I read energy. You're on the right path. You have got a very pure energy about you, and you're definitely there. You're going to be doing really well, man. You're good. You're
Yeah,
there.
I try to help people. I try to help my family understand without trying to convert anything. I'm not trying to force anybody anything. It
Right.
is what it is. People are going to believe what they want to believe, but just giving them the information, giving them the knowledge. I think this is important for people to understand. It's not just you seeing things in the sky. It has a deeper meaning.
It's much deeper. The thing in the sky is just to get people to wake up. The deeper meaning, you're right, it's going within ourselves and meditating and connecting on the inner levels of who we are. If you don't do that, then whatever you see in the sky is meaningless.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be meaningless to a lot of people. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't care. You know, it is what it is. Nobody cares anymore. We know that there's aliens." But what you don't realize is the deeper meaning behind that is that there's an expansive consciousness that binds us all together. That if you don't understand that, you won't really open up to the idea of what exactly is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you, brother. You're so good. You have a lot of wisdom, man. You're in a good place. So I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, I've been working on doing my own things creatively. I really love this. I'm passionate about it. I do have a brand. It's called IB1. I believe in one consciousness. So I just want to spread the word. That's all I want to do. And I'm grateful to meet you tonight, sir.
I'm glad, I'm following you, man. And my show for new people, I'm here 11 o'clock at night. On Saturday night, we do a whole thing called Ashtar Command Q&A. Myself and at times my friend April, Friends with Fairies 1111. And she's been on the spaceships where my father is over 100 times. She lives in the border of Vermont and Canada. And we met through my show 2 years ago. She was one of my first interviews. And she sees fairies. She knows all the things about the beautiful fairies. But after that happened, she was contacted by the Ashtar Command and taken onto the spaceships. It's a beautiful story. I would definitely have her, tell it, herself. But that's how we all met, through TikTok. There's 4 other people in our group that are part of a group of 5 that are a group. We're 5 of a group of 15 groups. Our group is going to be part of a group before contact that will be going off planet before 2026 and right before the end of 2025. So I'll be going just to let people know physically. I'm not talking about astral traveling. I'm going to be taken onto the ship physically from where my location is here.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, again, I've been watching your live session last couple weeks, and just really like what I'm hearing, and want to talk more about it. So, but I really appreciate your time. I'm actually out here with my dog right now, but
you too.
really appreciate your time, man. And I hope we speak. I hope we speak again.
We will, and you're always invited. If something happens, or you see anything, or you have visitation by space people, yeah, absolutely, man. You're always welcome up here.
I welcome it. I welcome anybody.
Okay,
I appreciate
man.
it.
Take
All
care.
right.
We're gonna bring you down, brother.
Have a good night, sir.
And I want to thank that person for coming on. You're watching Encounters. When I talk about my show being spontaneous, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But man, they got me talking about this tonight, and I know it's coming from the Ashtar Command for me to talk this way. And I appreciate everybody being here. We're on at 11 o'clock at night. We do a 2-hour show, and we're on Saturday nights with our Ashtar Command show, which you don't want to miss. We have another guest here, I think. Metatron 7. Let's try. Again, you have to be over 18. No cursing or foul language. No drinking. No drunks on the show. No smoking on the cameras. None of that stuff. No politics. No religion. And no paranormal discussion. Here we go. Metatron will be our 3rd guest tonight on Encounters. Get in the multi-guest option if you wish to join us.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Metatron. Good to see you, brother. What's happening with you?
Good, thank you. I don't know if my face is going to show up here.
It will. You have a lot of. I'm going to follow you first too. Press the little icon, which has got a little
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little camera. There you go. There you go.
Hey, how's
Good
it
to
going?
have you here, brother. So, welcome to Encounters, a number one UFO talk show on social media. You just turned your mic. There you go. Now you're on. So,
All
welcome
right.
to the show. We've really been getting into a lot of stuff here. And what would you like to share with our worldwide audience?
Well, I joined TikTok also just a couple months ago to start posting stuff on, mental health and whatever. But I've always studied cosmos. I was listening to Art Bell back in 1998. That's when I first came across Michio Kaku and all that stuff, like way back in the day. So it's cool now to see all these things that these people were saying. And I was like, I want to know the technology. And, the element 115, that whole thing, like that's all over TikTok. Like it's easy to find this stuff now. I'm like, finally, we have some answers on how they do all these things. So, I'm just honestly scrolling through and I happen to see this and listen to you. I do. One question I would like to ask that I've had for a long, long time is we talk about interdimensional beings, right? And then we talk about beings from other parts of the universe, let's say. And I know we can maybe split hairs on what interdimensional means, but like,
Right.
like I'm not talking about religion, but in religious groups like angels and demons, for example, we think of those as spirit beings from other dimensions typically. And then aliens are on other planets in our universe. So what do you understand about that? Because I hear those terms used.
A lot of terms. So I like to throw the terms out. The word alien was created in movies. When you want documentaries on stuff on Discovery or history, they haven't gotten over the use of the word alien. They have to stop doing that. It's a perpetuated word by the media, by Hollywood. Aliens do not exist. I hate to blow a bunch of bubbles here. There are no aliens, but there are non-terrestrial beings. There are angelic beings. There are space beings. There are beings that are luminous, that are just pure light, but there are no aliens. Aliens don't even exist. So my education here, being in the field for so many years, is that I've tried to bust the matrix on that word to get people to say, like, how would you feel when the space people come and make contact with human beings on Earth? They're not going to say, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Alien on Earth. They're going to want to know who you are. They're going to know what you like, what your culture is like. They're not going to call you, oh, you aliens live in a little apartment on 64th Street in New York. No, that's all media wording that has been perpetuated for life, and so I wouldn't want my parents to come off a spaceship and say, hello, son, Mr. CmdrAleon.
It's not the best word for that.
It's not the best word,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to educate people here who are getting into the subject, and I'm doing it in a loving way because I know, we're all used to saying it. I used to say it, that word, throw it out the dictionary window, throw it in the garbage, and just use the word extraterrestrial, non-terrestrial, space people, space beings. Use those terminologies. That's more appropriate, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So you would say that so are you thinking like the multiverse being multiple dimensions and quantum and stuff, are they actually like in a non-visible plane most of the time and their crafts are coming through an invisible adjacent universe, or are they actually on the planets? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
I got the question. So this is going to blow your mind. So they live here now. There are space people that have lived here for years amongst us. They came off the ships, 70, 60, 80 years ago or more, and they don't age. They live amongst us, and they've been reporting back to the galactic levels about how we're progressing in society. The other part of it is that there's no limitation in space. So in space, they don't have any time. On Earth, we have time. Now, I don't wear a watch on purpose, but other people wear a watch because they have to know what time dinner is. They have to know what time they have to go on the airplane to get to France. We're always thinking about time because we're a mental conscious human race. We all are in the mental state of consciousness. When we get out of the mental state of our brain, there is no time. You see what I mean? In space, they have intelligence, but they have consciousness, but they're not working on a limitation of time. When we are in space, you can go anywhere you want in space, through wormholes, to another place, multi-dimensional universes. They don't have any limitation between universes. They don't have like, this is my universe, this is your universe. On Earth, We separate countries and say, this is my United States, that's your Russia, this is my island, get off my island. You know, we have everything compartmentalized. We put everything in little boxes. In space, there are no boxes. You can go anywhere you want. In our brain, we don't know that because this is what we've been taught. Everything is this way. When you travel in space, you're going to forget about time. You're not going to have any time. You're just going to be spending time in space.
Yeah, I was just that's good to hear that. And then even like, you know, some of these near-death experiences or spiritual experiences, they talk about that timelessness feeling. That's a very common thing, that they're like beyond time, and it's like an illusion. So yeah, it's really cool to think about it. You know, the TicTac UFO, that little cylinder that looks like a Tic Tac, the white one. Yeah, that I was reading a report on that and how it works, and like it has engineered metamaterial, and it can create artificial white holes, and like it's just the way that this article explained it, it was a government report. I finally got to understand how they cloak based on a different atomic structure that they have that can behave in this field. I mean, I always knew that other beings can come into this world and do things in our 3D world that we can't understand. But the actual mechanics of how this thing can blend and disappear atomically, and be able to tear through space-time. Yeah, I was reading that they essentially can go hundreds of thousands of miles away in 1 second. Like there's no, is that true?
Well, the word, let's also, before I answer that question for everybody, the word tic-tac didn't exist about 10 years ago. Again, realize that the word tic-tac was created by people in the Pentagon and in official government apparatus. They say, oh, we're going to call them tic-tac, or, you know, so there was, you know, it's just, why are we calling things new things? When we used to call UFOs, now we call them UAPs, now they're tic-tac. In the early days, in the 50s, they were flying saucers. When Roswell happened, it was a flying saucer that crashed in Roswell at Roswell's farm, dairy farm. But the fact of the matter is, we keep changing what they are, when in fact what they are, let's just face it and say it, they are intergalactic spaceships.
Yeah.
They're small ships, they're large ships, they're motherships, they're starships, they're spaceships. But the thing what we do on Earth is people in power don't want to come out and say these are spaceships, so they call them UFOs, they call them UAPs, they call them tic-tacs. The Air Force records their little black and white recordings in their F-15 fighter jets, and the Air Force pilot says these are tic-tacs, a little black thing moving really quick. You know, there are people out here around the world who are recording spaceships or a really good close video of things that the Air Force should be recording, and they're not. But I think the public has more information and better video than the government even can show us.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I'm glad that there's a lot more information that's out, especially the last 5 years. Like they're doing official stuff now. It's not conspiracy, aka truth. All right.
Well, they're actually telling us, they're not telling us anything really. They're having these hearings, which to me, from a cosmic perspective, being that I am also consciously a starseed as well as a talk show host for many years on radio, they're not, and also being a contactee, I look at things, I can see through people, and I see these people in power, and no matter where they are, it doesn't matter what country it is, these people are trying to control the narrative right now. And what's happening right here with all these sightings in New Jersey and England and everywhere else, they have no control of what's happening because the space people are saying, we've had it. You know, you guys have lied to the public, over 8 billion people on your planet, and now we're going to start showing our ships. We're going to bring scout craft down low enough so people can record it, and you can't stop the recordings. You can't stop people in the neighborhoods in New Jersey or in some suburb of London from recording us anymore. The time is up. And
So
I'm speaking as a space person.
that's why they're so public and like so out there. They want people to see.
Oh yeah, this is only the beginning. What you're seeing now is only the beginning, people. You're going to see things next year that are going to blow your mind. I'm telling you, I'm being given that information. You will see things that in the sky will appear that are going to be 10 times going to blow your mind than just these little scout ships that you're seeing. They don't mean us any harm. I think it's Lil Monk. No, they're here to, they're our space family. My parents are on a spaceship, my brother, my 2 sisters. They're human like us. and they are here to help us. We've been harming ourselves. We've been addicted to creating wars, nuclear bombs, polluting our water, polluting our oceans with plastic that's floating in the sea. You know, if we want to look about who's the enemy of who's attacking who, we're attacking ourselves. No one else is attacking us. We're doing it. So let's not throw it out to space people. Let's own up to it and understand we've messed up this planet, and we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can make it another Mars. We could blow up the atmosphere. You know, that's why they showed up. You know, I heard from, I don't know where, but the nuclear bombs that were going off, they're shooting out something. I forget what kind of a particle it was that goes faster than the speed of light. And that's what was getting to them, interfering with them somehow. And that's why
the vibration of it was interfering. Hiroshima and Nagasaki is when they really had to pay attention. That was such a big explosion. It reverberated beyond Earth to other planets. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely correct.
Well, I'll one more question for you, and then I'm sure you got other people. But do you know anything about the Federation with a base under Mars doing experiments with humans?
No, whatever you're hearing about that's old fantasy, and somebody made it up, and it's not true. I'm from Mars. I'm actually from Mars. Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. It's a very spiritual planet. Anything here on Earth on social media about Mars is a lie.
Okay.
What if I about Mars? Talk to a Martian. You're looking at him right here.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, you know what?
So let me do this. I'm going to do this test. If you look in my eyes right now, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do a little thing here. Just give me a minute. Just look in my eyes really closely. Don't think about it. Just look. Tell me what you see.
I see it changed. I see someone changed. There's a different form. Is that wrong?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a teachable moment. I have the ability to change my appearance a little bit, so I'm just revealing a little bit more of my space beingness to you.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Like I said, I'm from Mars. Originally.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna dismiss or doubt what you just said. You know what? And I don't think these people listening should either, because we know that they're walking among us. Like, they're admitting that now. So what do they look like? They look like us. So yeah, I'm interested to see more of it, and I hope that people are safe and don't freak out. You know.
Yeah. Well, we're all part of this together. You know, I'm just here to be a facilitator, to get people calmed down, to tell people the truth, to share things with people here, to answer your questions, and to help you. And I'm here to counter all the garbage on social media that's going to be starting to happen as we get close to contact here.
Yeah, awesome. And I think there's going to be some deceivers, but maybe not. You said the Greys are out of the picture.
Yeah, the Greys still don't exist. They're called Zeta. The Ashtar Command, which I work with, has been rounding up the Zeta and the reptilians, and they're sending them off planet. They can't come back. They're being taken off planet. People don't realize this, but I work with the Ashtar Command. The people on the spaceship, my father and all the other people, they have lots of ships that are working behind the scenes here now before contact happens, and they're making sure that they round up all the Zeta that have been abducting people. All the reptilians are being taken off Earth. Those are the two primary ET groups that are being taken off planet before contact happens here.
Were they the ones that were saying that they DNA engineered Jesus and they did all this stuff?
No, I don't know about that. That might have been in the social media. Somebody might have created some social media website, but I've never heard that before.
Okay. Yeah, just that some entities were coming earlier on and saying that they created us, more or less, and they created all these myths.
No. So I'm gonna bust that matrix. So the only one who created us was the same creator that created all the other space people, which is the creator.
One
creator created everything. All these other things are diversions and misinformation. So if you see it on the internet or some website, like the Anunnaki, for example, people say the Anunnaki created us. No, the Anunnaki were created by the same creator that created us, that created the Pleiadians, that created the Andromedans, that created all the different space people.
And I totally agree with that. But don't some of them come up and try and deceive? Or do any go to other civilizations and deceive them and say, hey, you know, we are your gods?
No, that's all based on media stuff. Since the internet has started, there are people that have created these pages telling stories about this, and none of them are really true. They're all based on somebody's perceptions of reality. And when you have somebody with a strong perception of reality, they could be believable based on their perceptions, their creativity on the internet. And I don't look at any internet websites. I don't listen to anybody's stories regarding that stuff, because I'm hooked up directly to telepathically communicating with my father on the spaceship. I don't channel anything. I keep my consciousness clear of all that stuff. I don't
Yeah,
believe.
I'm not a channeler of. I'm not a medium. Like I honestly am not a
Yeah,
fan of channeling. Like you, if there's a divine creator, that he or whatever call it, is gonna give information for how to commune with him directly. You don't need to commune with beings in the way.
right. I'm
Yeah.
going to show a video of the helicopter, and this is going to be for entertainment purposes only. And you're going to see a video of what's happening in, yeah, I got it right here. You're going to see in this video that I'm going to show in a minute, I'm going to turn the lights off here to do this. You're going to see a helicopter following one of these unknown objects in New Jersey. Because, of course, if it were just a drone, why would a helicopter follow it, right? So I'm going to show you a video that I think no one has seen here. This is from December 9th. And I'm going to show this to people right now on the screen. And Metatron, I want to thank you, man, for being up here with me.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good one.
You
Take
too.
care.
I'm glad you're watching the show. Bring Metatron down. Let's see if I can do this here. And then I'm going to show you the video, folks. You're going to see a video as we prepare for this. Give me a second here. I'm going to flip my camera in a minute. Okay, here we go. Getting ready for, this is my first video I'm going to show you here tonight. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let me see if I can bring this back here and stop it. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me stop the video. Give me a moment here, folks. We are, okay, I stopped it here. I'm going to let you see this. I got to stop it here. It's moving. Come on. I don't want the video to move. Okay, give me a minute. We'll get the video going here for you. Okay, I got it set. Here we go. Give me a second here. And I got to just go back one more minute here. Okay, give me a second. We'll have it for you. Okay, ready, set. Let's see here. Here's the video right here for entertainment purposes only. You will see there's the helicopter, the big bright one. There's the UAP, or the thing that it's chasing the object. This is in New Jersey. Okay. Now, why is a helicopter chasing this thing? If it's a drone, right? Helicopters chase drones. I'll say it to you one more time. One more time for entertainment purposes only. Thank you. You'll see it one more time. Guys, move the hip. Now you'll see it. There it is. Right there. That right there. All right. All right. I just wanted to share that with you. There's another video that I would have shared with you, but I don't have that video right now. Let me see here. You're watching Encounters. Let me just switch the camera. Okay, so that video is from New Jersey from December 9th. Okay. And more and more people, I think, are going to get some good video footage of these things. They're not drones. You know, a military helicopter or police helicopter following this object, right? So why is it so important to follow a drone at night? Okay, if it were a drone, I think if this thing was low enough, it'd be way bigger than a drone. This light that it was chasing, way bigger than a drone. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff going on here. And we have another 30 minutes on the show here. It's 12:31 here on Encounters. Welcome to the show. Good to have everybody with us. Please follow the show. And thank you. We're up to 103,500. Everybody follow us here on TikTok. This way you won't miss up when we're live here. Let's see. And if you want to be a guest on the show, if you've had a contactee story, if you've been visited by space people, I want to hear that. If you have had any experiences directly now as a person with the so-called space people, which exist, if you're having visitations, I want to hear your story. If you've had any kind of encounters with the extraterrestrials, I want to hear your stories too on the program here. So welcome. And let's see, Rachel Davis says, I wish I could send you a screenshot I got from the Chicago sky. Rachel, we're gonna bring you up here if we can. I think we could. Let's see, am I able to bring Rachel up here? Evidently, yeah, we are able to bring you up. Good. So Rachel, welcome to Encounter.
How are you?
Hey, Rachel? Can you hear me, Rachel?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, now you have the mic on. So welcome. I was reading your comment. Can you explain what's going on in your area, what you actually took screenshots of?
Interesting because like I happen to be a space people believer. And so I've been listening
Do you
to
have earpod on or something?
Can you hear me?
No, you're getting a lot of feedback on your phone.
Oh, no, I don't have an AirPod on.
I don't know. This is really weird.
That is not good.
Well, that's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but I was able to get some screenshots because I had been paying attention to you and I was watching this other person's live, and it was incredible the shots that she was getting right over Chicago, like today, about an hour ago. And I wanted to show them to you to see what your thoughts were, but I'm not exactly sure how to share pictures here.
Yeah, well, you need to get up to, I think, 400 likes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, eventually, if you get enough, you can actually send me the pictures, and I'd love to see them. If you send them to me, or I give you my email for the show, CmdrAleon at AOL.com, I can definitely show the pictures.
Okay, can you say that to me again?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So it's CmdrAleon at AOL.com. That's if anyone has video footage they want me to review, send it to that email address and I'll review the video footage too. Just date the time of the event, sighting or what have you, and I'll be happy to look at it.
Okay, I'll do that right now and then I'll rejoin.
Okay, sounds good. And again, you're watching Encounters, and it's good to have everybody here. Did you hear the voices? Some people said they heard voices. Could you tell me what the voices you heard? Anybody? I didn't hear any voices, but if anyone else heard voices during that like clicking thing, I heard no voices. I couldn't hear anything. I probably would have if I had my earpods on, which I have to charge up, but I didn't hear anything like that. Really? Wow. I heard like, hey, look, who am I? You heard a man's voice very deep. Interesting. Well, what am I to do? I didn't have my earphones on. So everyone heard voices. It wasn't like your normal clicking. It was something different. Wow. Really? Yeah, do you notice how it stopped before she went down? It was there for a few minutes and it stopped. Like it was like, yeah, it was really wild. I did hear voices too. I did actually. I wish I had my earpods working. I heard some voices too. Yeah, I heard a voice. Did hear the voices towards before she cleared up. I did hear speaking. That's amazing. This show is being recorded. All my shows are on TikTok. I'm now about 4 or 5 shows backlogged. By tomorrow I'm going to have to start in the morning getting these shows updated on my TikTok on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I heard multiple voices too. I thought, like I said, I'm working in my Ashtar Command consciousness, and they are watching. I've told people here that my space family watches this show on the spaceship. So they could have very well been trying to come through. Interesting. Wild. Yeah, I'll definitely check my email when I'm off the air. I'm gonna go to my email and check any email I have. And okay, Rachel, welcome back. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you're clear. You know, when you first came on, people heard voices coming through and tapping. And like I've told people, my show is watched by space people on the ship. They have a monitoring system, and I did hear something earlier. It's gone now.
Actually, because I had like my first viewing of
Uh-oh. It's coming back again. Are you there? It's coming back again. I hear voices.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, they're coming over your broadcast.
That is interesting. So maybe you should take a look at those pictures I got.
They're coming over your broadcast.
That is so cool. I do not have a man in the house.
I'm sorry. I think the space people are trying to come through your broadcast, through your phone.
Don't doubt that.
I'm keeping you up to it. I'm about to say something that is going to be... My voice is coming through your phone. Now that's me. That's my voice.
Your voice is coming through my phone. But I'm not sure you guys are hearing my voice.
I hear your voice. That's me speaking. You sound muffled on your phone. That's me.
But I can't hear what you all are hearing. Very interesting.
It's really weird, though. I think it's a TikTok thing.
You think it's a TikTok thing?
It's very, I don't know what to make of it. I just really don't know what to do with it.
I'm not sure. I've never had this happen before, but we are on a different live. But
It's my gift. I'm going to bring it back up. Let me bring it down. I'll bring it back up. Hold on. So let me just say, that's my voice coming over her phone. It's not somebody else's voice. So something's going on with the TikTok, I think. I don't think it's anything weird, but it's my voice coming over her. It's a TikTok interference. There's nothing that I think is weird going on here. If there was, I tell you. And if there's something weird going on, then I'm lost for words here. But that was my voice muffled coming over her phone. Okay, so Paranormal Ghost said, my phone got strange. That's weird. It's very consistent. The pattern of sound was really interesting. They don't want us cheering you, Commander. You know, I've seen so many things on this show happen that nothing is, nothing. This show is out of this world. So everyone, my battery is drained. This is crazy. Clara says when it made the sounds more, my phone glitched more too. Ashley says your battery got drained. Ashley, was your battery drained before that happened? How many people's phones were affected? Well, that tells me something. No, not hacked. See, on our show, things like this happen. It's definitely the space people. Karen Morgan said, my battery's drained also. This is crazy. Mocha Char said, my phone turned black and white. You know, when I talk about having things weirdly happen on my show for the last 2 years, I'm telling you, it happens. Let me see here. We're going to bring this person up, Gomez. You have to be over 18, no foul language, no smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, no politics, and no religion. And we're going to bring another person up here. And Paralo something, I think it is. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Are you with us?
Hey, good evening.
Welcome to Encounters. Whoops.
Oh, thank you very much.
And,
Well,
go ahead.
I live in the high desert region in California.
Okay.
High desert, right by Route 66. There's a road which is National Trails Highway, also known as Route 66, between Victorville and Barstow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what had happened one night, I usually get off late. I go home around 3 o'clock in the morning. And the road's, basically pitch black. It's a small town.
Can you talk a little bit louder into your phone? People cannot hear you.
Sure. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, better.
Okay. So this is what happened one night. This was back in August in the summertime. I usually get home late around 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was the only one on the road. This was a National Trails Highway, also known as Route 66.
Can you go a little bit? I don't mean to do this. Can you turn the volume up on your phone? There's a volume level. Turn it all the way up.
Sure. Yeah, let me see here.
As high up as it'll go when you're talking. Turn the volume all the way up.
Let's see. Yeah, it's all the way up.
Okay, there you go. Now you're good. Okay.
Okay. So anyways, I'm getting home around 3 o'clock in the morning, right on Route 66. It's pitch black, and there's a George Air Force Base really close by there. And we always saw, planes and, stuff going out there. But this particular night, what happened, I'm driving home and, listening to music and stuff, trying to stay awake. And right in front of me, I see this star, really bright star. It was just noticeable because it was like the brightest one of all of them, right? So my question is this: what does it mean when a star just lights up out of a sudden? It just flashes out of nowhere, just goes black. Like if it was there, and it just lights up, and it's like it just explodes like in velocity and just disappears.
Disappears. Well, first the question
Yes,
would be,
disappears.
a star that is a star. When we look at stars, usually they're just stars. So this thing, where was
Right.
this thing coming from? Can you tell us in what direction it was?
It was actually moving, because I just thought it was a helicopter. Then I looked at it like, well, could it be a star or a helicopter or something? But what was interesting is that it moved. This star actually moved, or whatever it was. I'm not sure if it was a star, but this light just beamed up, kind of like it just just got brighter and expanded, and then just left a trail, like a trail of light, and it just disappeared into the into the darkness.
Yeah.
And so my question is this: what does that usually mean? I mean, if it was an encounter, were they planning to do something, or were it just kind of like peeking in?
No, I would say it could be a number of things. It could be just a meteor, like a meteor that's pretty big. As I'm reading the story, I'm not really sure what to tell you on that. I'm thinking it's more something that could be natural to, like a star or something, not a star, but a meteorite, or like something that would be a meteor. We've seen meteors come through the atmosphere, like in Russia. They had it on video where it hit, and it shook up the whole little city. So stars are stationary, so that wouldn't be a star. It would have to be a meteor of some sort.
Yeah, in the high desert, we do see a lot of shooting stars and stuff like that, especially in the summertime, because we're in a higher region.
Yeah, I would more say it's that versus the other thing.
Yeah. Now, the other situation that happens to me, that how you were talking about the mental thing. Sometimes we're able to communicate, or they're able to have some kind of interaction. Because there's been nights that I've been sitting outside, and next thing you know, you kind of focus on a star, or some kind of thing that's just glitching or moving around, and I kind of pretend I'm not looking to it, kind of like mess with it mentally. You're like, okay, I'm not gonna look at you, but one of the corner eye, you see it moving, but as soon as you turn to it and want to focus into it, it just stays still.
Yeah.
And then next you kind of do the same thing, kind of like move away from the corner of your eye. You can still see that it's moving, but once it sees, it kind of feels like it knows that you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that has happened a few times. I was like, okay, that's weird. And it's just something. Could that sometimes occur with the mental, state of mind, that they could sense our our presence, or that we're
the space beings can sense us. What you want to do is download the C5
That's what I
app.
wanted to find out.
In the high desert area, download the C5 app on your phone. It's on, if you have an Apple phone, an iPhone, an Apple phone, download the app. It's like maybe $10. If you have an Android phone, I would suggest everybody do this. You're in the high desert, I'd love to see you download the app, study the protocol, get a few people together that are not afraid to do this, and that are willing to seriously take an interest. You can have your friends come together, tell them what you're doing, study the protocol first, then you can explain it to them, get together, and I guarantee you in the high desert, you'll have some positive spaceship sightings.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. And it's been very interesting on your program. Thank you.
And I am following you now. I'm going to definitely make sure I follow you. And now you have 9 followers. And the thing is, we're here at 11 o'clock at night. What's beeping on your phone?
I'm sorry?
What was beeping on your phone?
Oh, that's my wife calling into my cell phone.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it was your wife or somebody. You're probably not. So we're on at 11 o'clock, everybody, at night on the East Coast here of the U.S. We're here till around 2, and we do this every night. And Saturday night is Ashtar Command Night. If you know what that is, I always like to explain to people, that's the night when we get together and talk about space people, the Ashtar Command, which are the positive space people that are going to be contacting people on Earth come in 2026.
Wow. Okay.
All right, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on here. I appreciate you very much for joining us. All right. We appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
All right. We appreciate you sharing. All right, folks. It's getting It's getting, I'm going to bring he up. I'm going to bring you up. I'd rather answer your question directly, so come on up. And let's see if he comes up with us. You have enough followers to come up on audio, and we'll have you up here, and then maybe one more guest after that. If you want to join us for the program here and come up live, you have to be over 18, no foul language or cursing, no drunks, no drinking, no drugs, no paranormal discussion, no politics, no religion. We're getting down to the end of the show here for tonight, and it's been a great show. As always, all our shows are recorded. I am now backlogged, probably 4 or 5 shows. They'll be on my YouTube channel. Check all my YouTube channel shows out on Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and we'll be showing more video footage tomorrow night, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be good. We also have you, if you go to my main page, you'll see all the real good footage that's happening since November, and before that, I have plenty of video footage there from all over the world, and you can see some really good footage of the latest things, including the one that I showed tonight with the helicopter chasing slowly the UFO or the UAP, whatever you want to call it, and it was actually following it. So, yeah. So we're going to wind it down. We're at 12:51 a.m. in the morning, getting into a Wednesday morning here on Encounters. I really want to thank everybody, all the new followers, all the old followers. I'm glad you found Encounters. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on all of social media right here on TikTok. And I will finish my apple cider before I go to sleep tonight. I'm almost done with it. It took me that long to do it. Kit Kat, welcome. You know, good to have you with. Please look at my footage. I have the same thing. Sunshine, let's see. Sunshine, I'm going to bring Sunshine up. Sunshine has over 8,000 people. Sunshine, come on up here. We're going to bring her up. We got some time. And now let's see, if you come on up, just accept my guest request or go on the multi-guest option. I want to talk to Sunshine. And she can talk about her footage, and then I'll take a look at it later when I'm off the live here. So Sunshine, can we get Sunshine up here? The Man Genius. Yeah, I have plenty of apple cider. Once I finish that, I'll be done for the night. Oh, cool, Gabby. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, she goes on the ship quite often. Very beautiful. I haven't been able to, and when I got on, if she's live now, I'm ready to go to sleep because I get some rest. So I don't get to get on her lives too much because of my time schedule. Oh, okay, Wendy M. So we'll do one more guest interview, I think, here. And again, we've been talking about what's going on in New Jersey, around the world. If anyone has had encounters, oh, she's not live now. Okay. Yeah, I got to do some work tomorrow. Yeah, but I have crystals at my workplace, so I keep the vibes high as I can possibly be. You know. All right, folks. I think we're going to call it a night. I want to thank everybody for being here. Spread the word about encounters. Let people know that you think should be here, that we're on at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock on the West Coast. And Kit Kat, good to see you. Kit Kat, you keep going in and out. But good to see you. And we definitely, this show will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. I want to thank everybody with your good questions and participation. And we are going to tell you the truth. We're going to keep in tune with what's happening with these things over the United States and everything. Obviously, we're going to talk about it live here. So everybody take care, be well, and be at peace.